Before we begin today's conversation, is for general educational purposes only. Laws and regulations can change and every buyer's situation is unique. If you have legal questions regarding SB 17 or your eligibility to purchase property in Texas, please consult a qualified real estate attorney or legal professional. Please, people, I'm not a lawyer.
Hi, welcome everybody. We'll introduce the guests in a little bit. I have a question for you. So the rumor on the street is, in Texas or in America, but we're going to focus on Dallas today, that you cannot buy property in Texas if you're not a U.S. citizen. Is that true?
That is not true. Absolutely purchase property in the state of Texas if you are a citizen, if you are a permanent resident alien, if you are a visa holder, or if you are a foreign national.
Y'all heard that. But let's dive deeper into who you are. So for those who don't know you, tell us who you are and what you do.
I am Jennifer Bergstrom. I'm with Utopia Mortgage, a mortgage broker here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. I'm a licensed mortgage loan originator in Texas and Arkansas. So that means that I can originate loans all over the state of Texas and all over Arkansas.
Y'all heard that in Arkansas. You better contact her. We'll put her information in the bio. So if you need her, you can contact her. So when someone from another country says, I want to buy property in Texas, where does that process begin?
Process begins very much like same with a U.S. citizen. You want to contact a real estate agent, contact a mortgage lender to get the process starting for a pre-approval.
So can they contact just any ordinary realtor, or does it have to have specific criteria to help them with finding property in their area?
You definitely want to work with a real estate agent that has been certified to work with global investors and foreign nationals.
Okay. We're going to dive into SB 17. So those who don't know what it is, she's going to explain to us. There's been a lot of discussion. Can you explain what is the general terms and why some buyers should be aware about it?
So SB 17 was a law that was passed here in Texas late last year, and it restricts those that can purchase property in the state of Texas. It's a pretty short list. Individuals or entities that are associated with any country that is under U.S. sanctions.
Okay.
Currently, the four primary are Russia, North Korea, Iran, and China. So any citizens or persons or entities that are associated with those countries are restricted from purchasing
That's
property.
good to know. So if someone isn't sure about SB 17 applies to them, what should they do first? Even though you've mentioned where they are, like what should they do first to make sure that they're not among that list? Because something can happen anytime. You know, they keep adding to that list. What should they do first to make sure that where they are internationally is not part of that list?
They're going to want to check the OFAC list, which is the Office of Foreign Asset Control.
Okay.
That is from set by the U.S. government.
Okay.
Any sanctions or persons or entities that are on the OFAC list would be restricted.
Perfect. So now we're going to go into the money. We're going to financing. So what does a mortgage process look like for an international buyer compared to a traditional U.S. buyer?
The process is pretty similar. I think the biggest difference would lie in the documentation.
Okay.
You will want to make sure that the documents that you're providing are in English. So oftentimes you're going to need to have the documents translated by a certified translator.
Oh, interesting. So let's say they're in a different country and they have a lawyer there. So if a lawyer is there, that lawyer will interpret into their language, correct?
They will need it to be a certified translator.
Certified.
Keyword
certified. Okay. So can someone purchase property in Texas without U.S. credit history?
Yes, they absolutely can.
Oh, wow.
There are loan programs that will allow them to use foreign credit.
Oh.
It could be a foreign credit report, or it could be letters of reference from creditors.
Okay.
There's very specific requirements to what those letters must entail, as they will be verified. So it's a good idea to contact the mortgage professional, have them tell you exactly what that criteria is.
Okay.
Typically, you're wanting 2 to 3 trade lines or letters of reference for that. You're also going to want to be sure that you can document some sort of housing history in your primary country, whether it be rent or ownership.
So if they can't find that or they don't have that, that will limit them
It could limit them.
Okay.
Yeah, it could. There's many different loan programs.
Okay.
And you will just have to determine whether or not, all the different criteria, your income sources, your asset sources, your housing history, your credit history, all of those factors will go into determining which loan program might fit you best.
Interesting. So we hear terms like ITIN, loans and foreign national loans. What are they and who are they designed for?
So I-10 loans are primarily, I-10, it's important to understand, I-10 is a tax filing status.
Okay.
It is not a citizenship or immigration status.
Interesting.
Okay.
Okay.
So I-10 loans primarily are related to non-permanent resident alien persons, whereas a foreign national has no visa necessarily, and they are not permanent resident or non-permanent resident to the U.S. And so the loan programs are going to be different for those. There are specific I-10 loans. Generally, you're looking at a 10 to 20% down payment for those. And then foreign national loans, there are multiple different loan programs that foreign nationals can qualify for.
Okay.
As foreign nationals are going to be looking at buying second homes or investment properties because they cannot purchase as a primary, they don't have visa or citizenship status in the U.S., they're going to be looking at loan programs such as debt service coverage ratio or DSCR, asset depletion, bank statement loans, those sorts of loan programs that might fit their income sources better.
What if they have like a partnership or like a family member or a business, let's say, and they want to partner with an American citizen and they're not here? Is it the same workflow they have to do?
Yes, it's the same requirements. If you're partnering with a U.S. citizen or a permanent resident alien, if one of the borrowers is a foreign national, then the foreign national guidelines would be followed.
Okay, that's good to know. So how early should someone speak with a lender before they ever think about making an offer?
Right away.
I think that's something people are lacking knowledge. They think they just jump right into it. But if you don't have that foundation of speaking to a mortgage lender, then you can't do anything. Right?
Absolutely. You want to get, just like in any buying process of purchasing a home, you want to speak with a lender right away. Get that pre-approval. Then you know that you're qualified. They've reviewed your documents. That is an important part of it as well. You want to work with someone that understands foreign nationals and foreign national loan programs. You want to be sure that they're gathering your documents with you in advance and not just pre-qualifying you, but actually reviewing those documents and providing you with a pre-approval.
That makes sense. So what surprises international buyers the most when it comes to financing documentation or down payment expectations?
I think the biggest surprise is understanding that you're going to have to think about the timing of it. Very important, like we talked about, the translation of documents can take extra time, as well as transferring assets from your country of origin to the U.S. That can take some time to get done. And so you want to be sure that you're having those conversations with your lender and your real estate agent so that we give enough time on the contract and we're staying, on the timeline for the loan process and closing.
Wow. Do you think it's important that whatever realtor they decide to go to, like for example, let's say it's a referral, the referral should make sure that the agent here in Dallas has resources and all the ducks in order before they transfer their client from that country to America? Because sometimes a realtor in, let's say, Brazil can take care of the client in America because they have, I guess, a dual license. But if they recommend a realtor, like you said, they should be certified. Should they start the process there with a local realtor, or should they do everything with a local realtor here in Dallas?
I think it's important to work locally.
Okay.
You want your geographic knowledge, obviously, and you want them to have a team around them that is supporting the process locally so that they know exactly what's going on and what is happening in the local market.
Makes sense. Because many people assume cash buyers have fewer problems. Is that actually true?
I think it's just different problems. They need to be thinking about title. Fraud is rampant in real estate these days. So I think it's whether you're paying cash or financing, I think pulling title on property is very important. And I think that, you have to be aware of just the whole process of the transfer of funds and those sorts of, whether you're paying cash or doing financing.
Got it. And what do high net worth international buyers, because a lot of people have, they have businesses, high net, what do those buyers often overlook even when the money isn't the obstacle?
I think they overlook the timing. I think they also need to be aware that when they go to sell the property as a foreign national, that there will be taxes withheld by the buyer.
Okay.
Title companies can help facilitate that on behalf of the buyer, but it comes from the proceeds of the sale from the seller, and the buyer is responsible for holding them as there is a IRS code that requires that.
Oh, wow. I didn't even know that. So what does your deal readiness checklist look like before someone starts shopping for a home? Like what is the deal
Getting
breaker?
that pre-approval, number one, right?
Okay.
And so you
She
want to
keeps saying that.
So you want to be sure that you're gathering your income documents, your asset documents, you want your housing information. You want to disclose everything up front to the loan officer so that they can make a full decision on your behalf about a pre-approval.
So it's basically that they're your BFF here. So make sure you have all your information so that she can do everything for you. So what's the first thing someone overseas should do if they're serious for buying a home or a property or a business in Texas? Yes, they have to see you, have all the documents. Is there anything that they also need?
Contact a really good real estate agent that is certified as a global realtor.
Okay. And partnership. When a lender like yourself and an agent are working together, what does that partnership look like behind the scenes for you or any other mortgage lender that you think they should work with?
So realtors often have a team of professionals behind them. Home inspectors, title companies, all working in concert together, right? They have curated these relationships and they have them all working together on your behalf, which is going to save you time and money.
Okay. So what happens when the communication isn't there?
Those things start to fall apart, right? It's going to cost you time and money.
Communication is the key.
It's absolutely
being
the key.
Honest is the key.
Absolutely, 100%.
Okay.
Yeah.
Especially being international, you don't want any hiccups or mistakes.
No.
You come here, she's about to sign the paperwork, title company, and then you didn't tell the truth, and then you have to go back home.
Absolutely.
Or stay in a hotel, and you could have told her the truth.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. You also want to consider on the timing front, are you coming to the U.S. to close? If you're not, then there's considerations because you will have to close at a U.S. embassy, which appointments have to be made and the documents have to be provided and those sorts of things. And so you will have to take that into consideration as well.
So you must tell her if you're going to do it here or overseas. If someone's watching from another country right now, or when we film this, and wondering whether buying property in Texas is even possible for them, what would you want them to know after saying everything you said right now?
I'd want them to know it's absolutely possible and that Dallas is a fabulous place to purchase property.
Yes, it is. So how can people connect with you if they have any questions or want the process in detail, like one-on-one? How can they contact you?
They can give me a call. They are welcome to email me. We have an online application that we can send you and we can start the pre-approval process.
Do you have like a free consultation? Or
Absolutely, always free.
So we'll put all her information in below and also put a link as well so that if you want her, which you should, contact her. She knows everything, as you can see today. So thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Domivine Realty Group, powered by eXp Realty. This is Jennifer Simmons. We will be back next time, won't we?
Yes, we will.
Okay, thank you.